Coming up next, a couple of our favorites hit 200,000. PTR proves that not all batteries are the same, and Dan mixes up his riding and push mowers. This is your Power Tool Week in Review.
This episode is brought to you by Ohio Power Tool. Pro tools, pro service, all at the best prices at ohiopowertool.com.
And Ego, power beyond belief. Welcome back, Power Tool fans. I'm Rob, and it's April 10th, 2020, and the world is still staying home. But thankfully, there are still a ton of awesome Power Tool videos to help you maintain your sanity. Let's get to it, shall we? It was a big week for a pair of our favorite Power Tool channels, each of which hit a major subscriber milestone. VCG Construction and Skill Builder both hit a staggering 200,000 subscribers this week on YouTube. Skill Builder, just 2 years ago, was sitting at 37,000 subscribers, while VCG at the same time only had 3,000. In the last 2 years, both channels have been producing entertaining and educational power tool and builder content that the YouTube community has quickly embraced. If you're not following either one of these, be sure to subscribe. Congrats, guys. Eric over at Tools in Action is struggling to mow his lawn with a new Greenworks Pro electric lawnmower. Not because there's a problem with the mower, but because Dan won't get off the thing. The TI8 crew has been testing lawnmowers for some time now, and they were plenty impressed with the new offerings from Greenworks. They singled out ergonomics, power, and the longevity of the 60-volt battery platform, which works on over 40 additional tools. For the whole review, head over to Tools in Action on YouTube. Now, last year, Sarah and I walked you through the full line of Milwaukee Batteries, including the high output packs. Do they really make a difference? Clint and Kenny decided to find out. The PTR testers decided to run a series of detailed tests utilizing the M18 hammer drill equipped with both a CP 2.0 amp-hour battery packed with the old 18650 cells against a CP 3.0 amp-hour high output version featuring the new 21700 cells. Then they moved on to the M18 Super Sawzall, where they pit the 9 amp-hour HD versus the 12 amp-hour high output version as well. Naturally, the high output versions do a better job, but the interesting part is discovering exactly how much better. To do that, you'll need to head over to Pro Tool Reviews on YouTube. And finally, we can always count on Rob Robillard and the Toolbox Buzz crew to highlight tools and accessories we never knew we needed. This week, Rob showed us the Pack Tool Snapper Shear Pro, which is a drill-mounted accessory he uses to cut fiber cement backer board. He uses the board for tile underlayment in wet areas. Who doesn't, am I right? But the material is difficult to score and cut, and it creates a lot of silica dust. The Snapper solves these problems with a rotatable head that makes even 90-degree cuts with no stress or mess. That means they can cut right at the point of installation instead of taking it outside on the job site. If you cut a lot of fiber cement backer board, again, who doesn't, you'll want to catch Rob's review over at Toolbox Buzz on YouTube. As long as Rob's ears are burning, we might as well do a bit of actual work with Rob Robillard. Hey, Rob.
Hey guys, a few weeks ago I was helping a friend of mine move out of his house, his workshop out of his house and into a warehouse space. Gorgeous space, huge, expansive. Needless to say, the movers put everything in the space, but everything had to be put back together. The stands, the racks. And it really got me kind of bummed out because I really wish I had brought my Craftsman magnetic parts holder, because we were taking bolts and nuts and washers, and I was really worried we were gonna lose stuff. So he actually had these plastic containers, these deli containers, and I got this kind of field modification idea, kind of a cool idea. I took some epoxy that I had in my tool bag, and I just glued some magnets that I have kicking around. I use magnets on the job site sometimes to find screws in drywall, to find, studs. So I glued these 5 magnets to the bottom of this container, and I used epoxy. You could use hot glue or something else if you wanted, but basically, and he had lids. So basically, we took this thing and we made a parts list, and then when we were moving between machines, whatever, I could put the lid on in case it got kicked around. It was a great idea. Kind of a field modification or tip, trick, call it whatever you want, but it worked for us, and it's really lightweight. I think I'm just going to keep this in my tool bag. It doesn't take up a lot of space. I can store stuff in it, and it can be useful. Hope this helps, guys. Have a great week, and please stay healthy.
Thanks again, Rob. It's time for a quick stop over at Construction Junkie for our industry news. This week, the AGC, Associated General Contractors of America, recommended a national coronavirus safety stand-down yesterday, and here's why. There are still many job sites that continue to stay open during the ongoing pandemic, and the employers who choose to remain open have a responsibility to protect their workers from job site hazards, including the potential spread of the virus. So the AGC has recommended a national safety stand-down yesterday. A stand-down is a more formal way of pausing production and bringing everyone's attention to the same matter at hand, in this case, the pandemic. They even provide resource materials for assisting in your stand-down conversation. If you missed it yesterday, it's not too late to hold your own stand-down on your job site, and the materials are still available. For more information and the rest of your industry news, visit constructionjunkie.com. On over at Instagram, the Tool Pig was showing off his third Makita oil impulse impact driver. He's so happy with the power and lack of noise that after receiving one test model, he bought 2 more for his trucks. The Toolaholic has had time to put his Bosch FlexiClick to the test and came away really impressed with the stability of the attachments. Mark Thomas Builder found a sunny day and some green grass to get his Cub Cadet Ultima ZT1 moving and shared a video with instruction for changing the blades. And finally, Nate reminded us that every Friday at 5 p.m., it's also beer o'clock. Couldn't agree more. That's going to do it for us this week. I want to thank Ego and Ohio Power Tool for sponsoring this episode. Don't forget, tomorrow at noon, you can catch the next episode of Make or Break, where I built a bodyweight gym for less than $100. You're going to want to do that too. And Sarah's new series called Sarah's Top 5 DIY is coming out at the rate of 2 episodes a week now. If you haven't caught them yet, I'll include a link at the end, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. We'll see you next week.